All right, so we're back and ready to deep dive into some fascinating player ratings.
Yeah, we're talking Real Madrid's latest Champions League match. Big one.
Huge. And trust me, folks, these aren't your average post-game numbers. We're going beyond just scores here.
Absolutely. This is about uncovering those hidden narratives about individual players.
Exactly. And maybe even gleaning some insights into Real Madrid's strategy. Like, what are they cooking up over there?
Well, let's jump in and see what these ratings reveal.
Okay, so let's start with the most obvious one. Mbappe. Perfect 10 for his hat-trick.
I mean, not exactly a surprise, right? The man is a goal-scoring machine.
Right. But then you see Raul Asencio making his debut on this massive stage. Boom. A 9.
A 9. Can you imagine the pressure?
And get this, the quote next to his rating is, the bigger the stage, the bigger the performance.
Chills. Literal chills.
I know, right? It speaks volumes about his composure under pressure.
Absolutely. He didn't just crumble, he thrived.
And, thinking about his performance, it wasn't just about the goals.
Oh, you're talking about that assist to Mbappe.
Yes, that 50-yard assist, like where did that even come from?
The vision, the precision, just pure magic.
And on top of that, he pulled off this incredible sliding tackle on Marmouche.
Apparently a career highlight.
And, all of this is amazing, but then you look at the midfield.
And things get really interesting.
Right, like you've got Bellingham, everyone is buzzing about his work rate.
All the off-the-ball movement.
But he ends up with a 7.5. And then there's Rodrygo with a 9.
And the comment is all about his natural talent.
Okay, what are we even looking at here? Two completely different stories.
See, this is what I love about these deep dives. We get to peel back the layers.
Yeah, go beyond those surface-level observations.
Exactly. So with Bellingham, he might seem underappreciated at first glance.
Because the rating doesn't scream superstar.
Right, but his contributions defensively, instrumental. He was the one freeing up Mbappe and Asensio.
Ah, by creating space with his positioning and interceptions.
Precisely. Those defensive actions directly led to those explosive attacks.
So those invisible contributions that don't always make it onto the highlight reels.
Exactly, the unsung hero. Then you've got Rodrygo. His 9 really reflects his natural talent.
The flair.
But we can't overlook his intelligent link-up play either.
Oh, we see what you mean. He's always creating passing options for the forwards.
Keeps those transitions smooth and acts as a catalyst for Real Madrid's attack.
Okay, so then we come to Ceballos. He gets described as the metronome of the midfield. What a cool analogy.
Love that.
And then there's Tchouaméni, who, had faced some criticism early in the season.
A bit of a rough patch.
Yeah, but he's making a serious comeback. And there's this great quote from Casemiro that I found. He says, "It's best not to be the protagonist. The 6 is the one who has to sacrifice for others."
Profound.
Right. So is that the key to understanding Real Madrid's midfield, then? This idea of sacrifice?
I think you're onto something. Ceballos sets the copo. He's that anchor.
Keeping things ticking over between defense and attack.
And Tchouaméni, he's embraced that sacrificial role, winning tackles, shielding the defense.
And creating that platform for Ceballos and the rest of the attackers to do their thing.
Exactly. So we see this balance, this harmony between different roles.
So it's not just about those individual moments of brilliance.
Nope. It's about each player understanding their place in the system.
And working together. Which, honestly, is what makes Real Madrid so formidable.
No doubt. When they click, they're a force of nature.
Absolutely. And speaking of different roles, we can't forget about those who came off the bench.
The substitutes.
Right. And one rating that really stood out was Camavinga's.
A bit lower than we might expect.
Yeah, it sparked some debate online. Is this a sign of what's to come? Or just an off night?
It's hard to say for sure. We have to remember the context, though. He came on late.
Yeah, the game was pretty much decided by then.
Right. So we shouldn't read too much into it. But it does raise an interesting question.
About how we evaluate players who aren't always in the starting lineup?
Exactly. Do their ratings carry the same weight?
Especially in a team as stacked as Real Madrid. I mean, it's a tough question. Okay, so we've spent some time with these player ratings. We've analyzed performances.
We even got a bit philosophical there.
We did. But what's the takeaway here? What have we learned?
Well, I think these ratings, even though they're just numbers, they offer a window into the soul of this team.
The soul of Real Madrid.
They show us the importance of balance.
Of those unsung heroes.
And the ever-changing dynamics of a team that's always striving for greatness.
It really makes you think about what greatness even means, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Is it all about those flashy goals and assists? Or is it about the quiet, consistent work that holds everything together?
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's something for all of us to think about as we watch future matches. Pay attention to everyone on the pitch, not just the stars.
You never know what you might discover.
And might just be surprised. All right, folks, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.